Brad40 has given a tier 1 sub to Marvel Explained.
Splooge to myself.
That was almost a little angry.
Why?
You're like angry splooged on yourself. I don't know how I feel about that.
Angry splooging.
Well, let's
Splooging
go
out of
ahead and
anger.
start this up. Sound good, guys? We'll talk about Stan Lee. We'll talk about Venom. We'll talk about all the theories in Avengers. That should fill an hour, right?
Totes my goats.
All right.
Yeah.
Shut up, Joel, and welcome to the weekly poll. The guy had to have been
Joel's
talking
not here.
somewhere.
Joel's not here, though.
He was probably talking.
He was probably talking, most likely. Anyway, guys, welcome to the weekly poll. This is a weekly pop culture-ish comic book podcast brought to you by some of the most incredible faces in comic book YouTube channels. If you don't see them here, then they suck. Rob said it, not me. All right, so we've got Benny from Comics Explained, Benny from Comics Historian, Rob from Comics Explained. And then we got Sal and Tiffany from Comic Pop. Joining us occasionally is Joel, but he's not here today, so he's in the sucky channel thing.
Right. Eat it.
Yeah. Take that,
terrible
Joel.
company.
So anyway, every week we get together. Well, every other week, although we will be back next Tuesday with our Avengers spoiler cast. So I know we skip every other week, but we will be back next week talking about Avengers like every other pop culture-based channel out there. Really, I mean, kind of, if we miss that, like, we gave up on life.
We'd have to turn in our membership cards.
Don't forget, also make sure you slap explained on the end of it, because, you know.
Well, that's just good for the algorithms.
Yeah. Infinity War review, comma, explained. Really? I still swear to this day, I say to this day, I started the trend of slapping explained onto the end of everything.
Yes, Rob, no one explained anything until you did it.
No, everybody explained things before I did it. They just never slapped explained onto the end of it.
Anyway, guys, so today, let's talk about the Stan Lee news.
For that whole thing. What's Stan Lee news? He's suing, being sued.
Well, there's two. There's the one where he's suing because we haven't had an episode since that happened.
Right.
So Stan Lee officially came out and said that he is suing his lawyer, caregiver.
Yeah.
No, like somebody's suing him. Oh yeah, he's suing his he's suing his lawyer.
Yeah, no one's suing him. Last I heard, somebody's suing him.
No, he's getting. They just dropped some lawsuit about like how his masseuse is sexually assaulted and whatnot.
Oh, okay. So the follow up on the sexual assault claims and all that other stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then back to the one where he's getting, elderly abused. Okay. 95-year-old man. Everyone's claiming that everyone was taking advantage of him. Turns out, as he has now come out and said, all of these allegations are false. Everyone close to him, from his daughter to that girl Morgan to somebody else, they're all actually the best people that have been around him. And the person who has caused all of these issues is some lawyer that he had hired to handle a bunch of his affairs.
Right.
Oh.
So I have a few questions about this, okay? And this is why I'm glad you're here, Tiffany, because you're really on this whole Stan Lee topic. If this is the case, if the individuals close to him had nothing to do with it, why did it take almost a month and a half to 2 months before anybody came out and said anything?
Right.
Well, I mean, it's either legitimate and it's just that he's now getting his faculties, like either they switched up medication or something like that, and maybe he's doing a little bit better and he feels, cognizant enough to come out and say something. Or if the others are involved to some degree, they have finally convinced him to spin the story the way they'd like to see it spun.
Yeah, I think he's descending further into dimension. I think he's just more susceptible to strong arming. Like, so they can. I mean, like, we saw he came like after the videos, the viral videos of people like filming him while he was doing that, like, really, really like upsetting signing. They knew they couldn't just ignore it anymore, so they had to do something, and he released that video. Mm-hmm. You could tell it was under duress. You could tell it just looked really fishy, and as is all the videos that come out of the Stan Lee camp now. It was, of course, like sold to somebody, and it was like done on a cell phone camera. It was not in a professional setting. No professionals were available or present in that experience. Like, it was just it's just in keeping with the whole thing that we all kind of assumed, which is Stan Lee is declining in health. Some people close to him have taken advantage of that, and like, so you're going to see that until he's no longer with us anymore. Like, it's just, and now he's just more susceptible to being forced to make these kinds of videos, or they just knew they needed to make a video now.
Right. Now, it's interesting though that he's like, that they're suing this attorney because, All right, so let's say the attorney was in on it and he happens to know that others were in on it. Then it comes down to like, are there any client, like lawyer or attorney privileges there? Or can he like turn around and be like, oh no, I'm not going down by myself here. Like, I'm going to take you all with me. So it'll be interesting to see if anything comes out of this, if it's settled out of court, but actually like how long this will take.
Right. I think that the second that
Robert,
he passes. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was trying to convince people I was frozen in place.
Oh,
Nobody
they
said
all asked
anything.
it. I was watching you breathing. I was like, we're all still
damn
alive.
it! I was afraid that would give it away.
I had to hold my breath.
I just assumed that Rob was just disinterested. I was just like, all right, well.
That's also a
Oh,
thing that
later.
happens with Rob quite frequently.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, Sal, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I think that like we'll see these lawsuits mysteriously disappear if and when he passes away, like, because then they know there is no leg to stand on.
What I was thinking is, what if they were just hoping it'd all blow over, realized it wasn't, and they are tossing it on that lawyer? They're like, now it's his fault. Stop.
Yeah.
My father's not going to live much longer. We got to keep taking advantage. I mean, for all we know, this could be something fishy is going on. That's definitively what is happening.
Yep.
And it took way too long for there to be an official word as to what went wrong,
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's no reliable narrator. There's no one that you can trust who is in that camp who can give you an accurate description of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, there's no voice of reason. There's no like absolute truth.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, you can't trust Stan Lee because he's 95 years old. And anybody can point to him and just say, well, he's crazy. He's old and crazy.
Yeah.
So you can't believe him.
Yeah.
And then it's the lawyer. Well, do you believe the lawyer? Because Stan Lee says he's guilty. And then it's his daughters. And it's like, well, everybody thinks it's his daughters or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, it's kind of sad to see the guy's 95 years old. And after a long and wondrous career, stealing credit from Jack Kirby, like ultimately it comes down to him just kind of being taken advantage of by the people around him.
Yeah.
Which is really disappointing.
It's
Somebody's
true,
doing
and-
something fishy, be it what he said or somebody forcing him into something.
Mm-hmm.
It just, no matter whatever comes out of this, whether or not it is the daughter, it isn't, like, it sucks having to question like family loyalty like that. Like, regardless of what happens after he passes, like, people are gonna think you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of like if people at the end of like we're like, no, it's fine. It's gonna be like, yeah, but I still question you. Like, that's it. I'm
Right.
sorry. Like, no. Like, you should have never allowed yourself to be put in a position like this.
Exactly.
It's gonna be the OJ thing. Yeah, you're not guilty. But we all don't really believe that.
But I'm not gonna hire you or anything.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
going to release a book. It's going to be called If I Did It. Here's how it happened. Detail
Right.
for detail.
But like when it comes down to family, like, like family, it's a rough situation. Obviously, you always want to trust your family. You think they're the best. And we've seen plenty of situations where that's not true, but it's like, if they do have the best in mind for him and this is all coming out, it's not going to matter in the end. Like, they'll know, I guess, but like, hey, you know what? They'll also know the other way. And if they are being this horrible, I hope this haunts them to the day they die.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. I really don't want to harp on it for the next 30 minutes because we've already covered most of it. We just had to kind of continue to update the same story that we've been talking about. So
Right.
let's talk about Venom.
Yes. Hashtag Venom.
Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
AKA Spawn 2.
Yeah. It is a movie that's coming out and it has Venom in it and it will
Okay.
be in the theaters for
I'm
a while.
excited. I'm excited to see Venom. That suit looked amazing when he finally put it on, and I get a feeling it's going to be the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger situation. It'll happen in the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think Sony's smart enough. They know that we got to spend money in 3 key places in this movie. We got to make him look really cool in one shot early, like, midway, like maybe like a third of the way through the movie. That's the shot you saw. We got to have a big action sequence where he's not going to look like Venom. Like we saw that. There was the bike scene.
Right, but
that might actually
the
be part of
tentacles so we can save money.
I'll bet that's the same scene. I'll bet like it was just.
I have a theory.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Okay, so here's Benny's theory on the plot to Venom. Okay, I have no
Title.
inside knowledge. I have nothing. This is based entirely on that trailer. So if I'm right, Rob is to give me $10 million.
Rob, that's an interesting bet you took there.
Your thoughts?
Wow. My thoughts. I'm still gathering them together. I'm still marshaling them.
Okay, so here's my thought on the entire plot to Venom based on that trailer. We're gonna have Eddie Brock as the reporter, but he's not the strong arm. I'm a big guy. He's a sleazy reporter, okay? Who's gonna be because he made a comment to one of the women about this is not how you sneak. So it's gonna be sleazy reporter Eddie Brock, but not bodybuilder, just sleazy reporter. He's gonna be reporting on the Venom symbiote situation, okay? The Venom symbiote situation is going to be his big break in newspapers, either to redeem himself due to a folly from before, or this is his final break to make it after 10 years of being a failed reporter. One of these two situations. He's going to be very skittish and not really sure of himself. Venom's going to take over. 45 minutes of the movie is going to be the two of them arguing over what to do, with Eddie fighting against Venom the whole time, and that's why we don't see the Venom symbiote taking over. The ending of the movie is going to be when that company, Life Whatever, corners him, and Eddie finally accepts it, and that scene is him accepting it in the last 20 minutes of the movie for the final fight with the line, "We are Venom." Eddie accepting he has to do it. I've foretold the whole movie.
Yes. I mean, we're going to talk about what we think this movie is going to be. I think it's going to be mostly, like, there'll be a human interest story. Eddie's trying to track down, like, there's this company. It's poisoning the water or something. You know, some dumb thing. And he'll get too close, and they'll think that he was, you know, and instead it'll be like the Matt Hagen story in Clayface in the Batman animated series. Like, instead of just killing him, they'll like pour symbiote in his mouth or something. And like, basically we're gonna see him like be like, no, I don't know what to do for most of the movie, and then like the head of the Life Foundation will go, he's too powerful and he's so cool looking. I'm going to do the same thing. Put their own symbiote on. They'll become Carnage, and they'll have a big Venom Carnage fight at the end.
What if they don't? What if they save Carnage for the sequel? He puts it on and goes, "I'm anti-Venom."
Oh no, Carnage is going to be in the movie. Like, that's
no question.
Yeah, Carnage is supposed to be in the Venom movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm actually more excited for the Megalodon shark movie than I am for the Venom movie.
Totally.
Like, just don't. Yeah, I'm hyped. It's a 60-foot shark, people. All right, if it's like Piranha 3D, like,
no,
I
agree with you. The giant new Jaws thing's great. I just think I'm excited for Venom to watch the dumpster fire.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm not gonna go see it. I'll let you guys go see it. Like,
no.
I'm not going
here's
to
the
see
thing.
it.
Does anyone here think it's going to be really good?
No.
Not really good. I think it'll be a passable superhero movie that'll be a popcorn fodder, and 3 weeks after watching it, you won't remember what happened in it.
Yeah.
No, I think the movie, like, Tom Hardy will carry the movie. Tom Hardy's an amazing actor. Like, I'll watch anything Tom Hardy is in. Like, Lawless was like an amazing movie if you guys ever saw it. But like I think, like, they'll say it'll be like the Jennifer Lawrence Sparrow movie, where they're just like, the whole movie sucked except for her. Like, I think that's what people are going to say about Venom. Like, this movie was bad, but it's Tom Hardy, so yay! Like, you know, if you like him, go see it. Like,
I think this is going to hurt him.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think I think that the movie, if it were that much of a big, like, thud, it might hurt him. But like, I think that people are really hyped about Venom right now in our sphere of influence. But as far as the movie-going regular people public that Sony desperately wants to watch this movie, I don't think anyone's going to care or understand what they're looking at. And I think that because Sony rushed through production of this thing, like 3 months, they were done. And how they've never learned a lesson about how to make movies. And I gotta say Avi Arad's name has got to be on this movie in some way. I think all those combined, they're just Sony's desperate desire to make a buck off of something that they like brokered a deal on 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Makes me say there's no way this movie's going to be any good, and I'm not seeing it for at least a week or two. I might catch a matinee, but I really, really don't want to send the message to Sony that says, like, we want to see more movies like this from you. I want them to die.
I'm going to see it when it comes out. I'll see it the weekend it comes out, because I'm a huge Venom fan. But
I like Venom too, but I don't want that.
Well, I want to see it because it'll come out Friday, Saturday. I'll see it one of those 2 days. So when I stream on Sunday, I can have a 4-hour stream of me just trash firing it.
Rob, so we'll do back issues on Venom, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
For me,
okay.
it was interesting that they like hung their hat, because you know how they always have to have like some sort of words in there. Not all trailers, but certain trailers. And usually when you see that kind of thing come up, you're just like, all right, yeah, I get it. I get the kind of movie that we're doing. And like the thing they seemed to hang their hat on was like anti-hero. I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. I see what you're doing. You're trying to make the movie-going audience make the connection to Deadpool. It's not the same thing, but like I feel like that's what they're desperate to do. They're like, no. See, this is different. This is like that other thing you really like. Remember that? You know the other thing that we don't own that you like? It's like that.
Yeah.
As much as I
like
love
that?
Venom, the problem is they're going for the general populace, like you guys said. The general populace doesn't know who the hell Venom is anymore.
No.
The 90s Venom hasn't been around or relevant in forever in comics. Eddie Brock only now is literally back to what he was in the 90s and early 2000s.
Right.
It's been so many different things. Like, only your hardcore comic fans give a shit.
Well, I don't know.
And
I mean,
they're not enough.
the other side of the coin is the Venom movie could actually turn out to be a blockbuster 617. Blockbuster 617.
Hipster Rick as well.
I saw your comment. And the other person. I saw your comment. Splooge. I've given it to you, just like you asked. I give splooges upon requests. But requests come in the
I'll thank Hipster Rick for resubbing, as he's one of our normals at all of our other streams as well. And the one for that one is Hipster Rick is in the house.
Yay.
There you go.
That's his. He has his own call sign at this point.
Oh, nice. I'll be honest. When they did like their like like release your inner, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be madness. They're actually gonna make a reference to Venom the Madness, and then it was like, no, this isn't for you. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
That said, like the voice of Venom sounds cool.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Right?
Yeah.
It like hit all of the very like sort of obvious notes of a trailer that didn't know what it was trying to be.
The symbiote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to mention 1 second real quick. We did have quite a few other subs that we missed out on. Rad gave a sub to Comic Pop, Rob. Please fix that.
Thank you. Oh, wait.
Oh. Gifted a sub to Comic Pop.
That's Sal.
That's me.
Sal Crivelli. My man. Splooge, Sal. Splooge.
Thank you.
Wookie Drew, thank you so much for your sub as well. Along with Ambush, Bug, DC, Rob. I think that's 2 splooges to throw out there. And we also had a donation from Wolf Status Ricardo, Vape Nation Wakanda.
Vape Nation Wakanda? Yeah, dude, somebody in Wakanda's got to be vaping. I feel like I should have been in that scene. Like I'm just leaned up against the wall vaping.
Yeah, I agree. I
absolutely
agree.
Over Vape Nation.
Yes, on the.
So we got 2 splooges to give out, Rob, so we can keep going.
I'll give my splooges.
Are you okay? You hold back. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Do your
No, I
splooges.
already did the splooge things.
Okay. Well, anyway, okay. Everyone in the comments is making fun of this. I'll tell you guys right now. I don't give a shit how they repronounce symbiote. It's symbiotes. It's always been symbiotes. It's an actual word. It's not the name of something. Symbiote is no.
No.
Yeah,
no, but how will you
it's
market
not
it
a health
otherwise?
Product. Like go to Whole Foods and get the new symbiote. Help you lose weight.
It's
symbiote.
Symbiote. I don't care. And you know what's going to be funny is I'm going to have 5,000 casual moviegoers going to my Venom series and just being like, it's symbiote. You said it wrong. Oh, I cringe every time he says symbiote. Oh, I cringe so hard every time he says symbiote. This is how much I care.
There's going to be that one guy in the theater. It's like, it's symbiote, not symbiote.
Yeah, thanks. Mm-hmm. That should tell you everything you need to know about like the effort, care, and like work that went into this movie. They don't even know how to pronounce the freaking word.
Symbiote is a normal word.
It's I believe that actually is not even a word. I think it's supposed to be symbiont, which is symbiont, by the way, pronounced symbiont with an N. Symbiote was created, I think, for the comics. And I know that like it's been used so long for like 30 years that it doesn't matter anymore. But like even still, its derivations come from the word symbiont,
Right.
which is a word which is not pronounced symbiont.
And even if the movie was like, well, that's the name of the alien race, it's fucking not. It's the Clintar.
Clintar. Yeah, it's not even that. Like the people at Sony don't even know how to pronounce the thing they're trying to make money off of.
Well,
there's no point.
I'm wondering if instead of taking it off of the words that you were talking about, if they're taking it off of symbiotic.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what they are. That's
They're
what
just
trying
like,
to
it's
do.
that.
Wait. Can you picture this? Can you picture this meeting with the director of this? I air quote it because if he didn't give a shit enough to get the where they're sitting around and somebody's like, so the symbiotes are what? Wait. What'd you say? Symbiote? No. That can't be correct at all. It must be symbiote.
Right.
Yeah. Symbiote. This new painting by Oat. They make amazing paintings. This one's called Sim.
Oh, is he like, is that like Banksy, but like.
Yeah. Banksy, but
cool.
paintings. Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Nice.
One of our viewers over here on Twitch is stating that Joel pronounces it symbiote. Well, we've already established that that Joel's wrong about like everything. So
Yeah, Joel doesn't know how to pronounce like half the things he says.
I was going to say, you
like,
also have to add an A on the end of that.
symbiote. That's a shifty.
Symbiote. A.
Right.
Symbiote, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, symbiote or whatever they're gonna go with, it's wrong.
Symbiote.
And as Sal said, that just proves how little care they put into it. Because look, if you wanted to play the game of, well, that was a mispronunciation or they got it wrong all those years ago, it doesn't matter. It's been like 30-something years at this point. That's what it is. That's just how it is at this point.
Yeah.
Symbiote.
They.
We also had 4 new other subs: Toothpick Pimp, Super Punda, Seraph 31, and Danny Blackson OG. Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Can you handle it, Rob?
Whew. Man. 4 splooges. God. Splooge. Splooge.
Nice. Rapid fire. I like it.
Rapid fire splooges.
We've broken.
Rapid fire splooges. Mhm. Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, they made a Venom movie. Woo.
Yeah, I mean,
They
Don't sound
did
too
it.
excited, Sal.
I'm gonna be so. We need to get one more. White Mage 341. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be laughing my butt off if I got the plot right. And like,
Right?
but
Well,
like,
I hope so.
my plot is right. Just throw in at some point the Life Foundation decided the Carnage symbiote was how they were gonna handle the Venom symbiote, and that's where that comes from. So at the ending, when they
I wonder
decide we are Venom, it's to fight Carnage.
I wonder if they have like the Life Foundation because of the movie Life.
They did.
I mean,
they legit did. Remember, they were gonna link them.
Yeah.
well, they had the Life Foundation is a real thing that was from Venom: The Lethal Protector.
Yeah, it's in Marvel.
Oh, okay.
But I think that it was a happy accident that they made a movie called Life that had like a symbiote-looking thing in it, and they were like, and people were like, "Oh, are you making a thing?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, we are.
Remember when they said
Yeah.
that? They legit said that the Life they played with the idea that the Life movie was the origin of the symbiote that was going to be used in Venom.
There's no way that when they made the movie Life, they had that idea. But they definitely Cloverfielded up
Yeah.
with whatever the paradox.
I stopped trusting anything that says Cloverfield on it at this point.
Oh no.
Oh no, dude, I love Cloverfield Paradox. I had a great time watching that
the movie.
movie.
Was okay, but what I've stopped trusting is that Cloverfield is going to answer anything because they've said that what they're using as Cloverfield is a way to patch other movies together into one coherent plot. But it's not coherent, Rob. It's not coherent.
No,
Yeah,
it's like what
it all
happened
fits
with
together.
Silent Hill. They have a script. They don't think it's going to fly on their own. You slap the title on it. It's fine.
Yeah,
exactly.
now it's this.
Yeah.
You're right. I did like Cloverfield Paradox. I did like the overall plot, but the Cloverfield patching didn't like.
I had a lot of problems with that plot, and this isn't the show to talk about it, but I had a lot of problems with that movie.
We could have a
I
weekly
didn't.
podcast because Sal, everyone's voting that the supernatural thing has to happen.
Oh, I noticed. Yeah, they're really excited about that idea.
Guys, once again, just keep tweeting Sal over and over if you want to have a weekly or every other week podcast in which Sal and I discuss a section of episodes of Supernatural as Sal experiences 13 seasons in the sitting. Yeah,
I want to see that.
Yes. Oh, Sal, we now have Tiffany on board. We're gonna have like this like 3-way supernatural thing happening.
Yeah, you guys have fun with that. I could not sit down and watch 13 seasons
No,
of
you
Supernatural.
can, Rob. You can do it.
No,
Come on.
I
Come
can't.
on.
I'm good.
Come on, Rob.
I've been binge watching The Office all over again.
Yay.
But you could instead you could be watching Supernatural.
Oh, I think the first season was the best one, I think.
Well, I'm just saying.
But just so you guys know, if you want the supernatural thing to happen, you need to break Sal down. Break him down mentally and social media-ly.
I don't think you understand like what a stretch that is for Sal. Like that is just not his thing.
Oh, I know.
At all.
I know it isn't. That's why I know you would love it, Tiffany, and you and I would just like fangirl up about the whole thing. But Sal would just be like, "So I watched 3 more episodes. They fought a vampire."
I know, right?
That's why it'd be the greatest thing ever. We need to make it happen.
I agree. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Find one of those auto tweet websites that goes on a timer and just send it to Tweet Sal.
Yes.
like every
Sal,
10 minutes.
We want the supernatural podcast.
Don't do that. I know, like I'm about to close my chat out because I was like, wait, I can keep it open to potentially avoid any spoilers or anything like that for the next topic. But I did notice that people were like, what if the movie's good? What if Venom's good? It's like, great. Like that's not really a problem.
No, if it's good, I will be happy. I mean,
it is a problem. I want it to be bad because
Sal, you may be the only one to compete with me on this, but I think I'm the biggest Venom fan in our little group here.
Yeah, definitely. I dig Venom, but like when he went away, I was like, bye. Like,
see, I liked him back then, but it was Agent Venom that really like solidified. Venom's one of my favorites. Like, I love Venom.
Agent Venom is the best idea Venom's had in 25 years.
Yeah.
Like,
so let's get rid of that and go back.
So let's get rid of that. Like, Agent Venom was the only idea that Sony could have actually done well.
I would have agreed with that, yeah. But maybe they were like, we need to explain Venom before we can get to Agent Venom, or maybe let's go with the one everyone knows in the 90s or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, I think that it's just that they have Avi Arad working there, and he's like, I gotta have the movie that I remember. Like, I'm a toy boy who made fucking stupid video game looking movies. Like, no. There's no way. There's no way it's going to be good. I'm sorry. The other thing was, really quick aside, Tom Hardy. You made one of the #1 male actors the lead in a movie that is hinged upon the only success and enjoyment of it being that you cover his face. There's no way that... Because Sony's going to have this really hard problem where they're going to be like, so everyone just wants to see Venom, but we're also not going to cover up this like $60 million face. So we have to toe this line of like, he has to show his face, but we also need to show like a couple of scenes of Venom. So all those, like that moment when he's like Venom for a second, that he will not be like that for for more than 20% of the movie.
You're right, and that's what I hate. But
that's why he's got tentacles that are shooting motorcycles and cars, like so that you can see Tom Hardy's being cool. Also, if the movie does poorly, Tom Hardy will never come back for Venom 2. So Eddie Brock has to be recast in Venom 2. Like,
I do want to say this real quick.
Think about this.
Before we move on to the next topic, because we do got to move on to that, because I got a feeling it's going to take some time. Okay.
No, it's true.
But this is not just about Venom as a whole, but about these movie studios like idiots. Okay. You just need sequences of your hero out of costume with the mask off for 1.5 minutes. That's how long most of your trailers are. If you want to push it, let's get 5 minutes of scenes with the mask off. After that, put them in the mask. You got what you were looking for. Poster material, you got your trailer material, you got everything that says we have this actor. After that, once we're in the movie, we don't care. We want it to look right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, I don't want to, like, good for Tom Holland, and I'm sure his family and friends love seeing him, but, like, I'm here to see Spider-Man.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. And even the Tom Holland thing, he was in that mask a lot compared to previous
Thank
Spider-Man.
God he did not blow up. Like, good. Keep him in the mask. I like seeing him in the mask. He gets to act. He gets to do the emojis in the face and everything, like, fine. But, like, keep him in the mask. Tobey Maguire was the biggest complainer about that. Every friggin' 2 minutes, he's like, I gotta take my mask off because I'm trying to show my beautiful face. And then, just...
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
All you need to do is write an open letter to like actors and actresses in Hollywood and be like, "Hi, if you'd like to play a superhero, please pick one that has the appropriate mask for you." There's plenty out there like who don't wear a mask. Be like, "I want to play that one."
Being Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Hey, I picked a superhero without a mask. Problem solved.
Exactly.
But like, don't be Hawkeye if you think that Hawkeye should only wear sunglasses.
Well, that's why the eyes of Spider-Man in the movie worked. Because Sal, you know about this. Like the struggle with Spider-Man was how do you create emotion in somebody who has a mask over their face?
Yeah.
Like, well, then you just draw their eyes to reflect like their mask eyes to reflect like whatever they're thinking at the time. Like, oh my God, I'm shocked or I'm scared or something like that.
Yep.
That's why like the eye movement in the movie worked, was because you could see the emotion on his face through his mask when his eyes changed.
Yeah.
But I mean, you couldn't do that in any other ones. Like you could, in the other Spider-Man movies, you could have had like Tobey Maguire or Andrew, whatever his name is.
Garfield.
Like Garfield. Just like walking around, just staring vacantly with their mouth hanging wide open. And you would never know because they have a mask over their face. And it looks the same all the time. So.
But wouldn't Venom be the perfect excuse to film 5 minutes of Tom Hardy's face and then have your alive mask, which you're already CGing, be alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also budget constraints. So.
No, but you don't need Hardy the whole time. Then you get rid of him and you spend the rest of the money and you get Andy Serkis and he comes in.
Right, exactly. Like, yeah, it was the same complaint we all had with the Spawn movie. He's Black Dynamite the whole movie. Put the mask on your face. You like Michael J. White, cool actor, great, and I'm glad he's in everything. Blah blah blah. But like when he was Spawn, he was nobody. He was stunt actor Michael J. White. Wear the mask the whole movie.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I want to see them remake Blackula.
Blackula?
That shit would be ball. Have you guys ever saw that Blackula?
You mean the 70s blaxploitation?
Yes, the 70s blaxploitation. Yes. Yes. No. Oh, dude, Blackula was amazing. Oh my God.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the other topic, the one that everyone actually cares about, although they're talking about this in general. Why are we complaining about the face being comic accurate? Why not Flashpool? Why do you have to complain about everything we talk about?
Well, what are you seeing a Venom movie for then? The rich character dissection of Eddie Brock?
I thought they were asking if that's what we were talking about. No, we weren't. We're talking about actors not wanting to wear masks when they play superheroes.
Yeah, we had been talking about that.
I think that's what we're asking.
All right, so I'm gonna preface this right now because I already know that since this video lives on Twitch and it lives on YouTube, we're going to get comments of it, and Rob is gone. Rob is back, and we're gonna get comments. Your camera ducked out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get comments about it. We are commenting on this on April 24th. Before any of us have seen the movie, we have avoided all spoilers. We are not checking our Twitters. As a matter of fact, I've been going through my comments, and anything that says in Avengers, I've just deleted. So if it was comic related, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I've got a filter for that. I put that on the blacklist. Like it's going to be that way for a week.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I should do that
right now.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, it's kind of wild.
We had nothing other than more trailers and stuff that's come out. We are aware the movie was screened yesterday. Or 2 days ago. We're aware of everything that has happened. We're aware that there are spoilers out there, that everything can be confirmed and denied. It doesn't matter if we were going to talk about that. If you want to hear us talk about accurate stuff, return to the podcast next week. We are now going to theorycraft based on stuff we have. If you know the answers, whoop-de-doo for you. We are barely going to be checking comments because we know how this works. We've done this a while.
Yeah. Also, if you could just refrain from writing a comment that says, lol, those guys couldn't have been more wrong. We didn't see the movie.
Well, now they're going to. The cool thing is I have Sean as a free floater. Like he's just a guy that I have hired that just does whatever I need him to do. What I'll probably do is I'll probably have him go through the blacklist of people who were flagged for Infinity War. And if there's a spoiler, then I'll just have him ban them.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to say this in the Twitch chat right now, okay? If you even put fake spoilers or have your fun, no one in our moderators has seen it either. You will be timed out. 3 strikes, you're out. You're banned. I don't care, okay? And a timeout's
Yeah.
like 600 seconds, whatever that adds up to.
Subscriber or not,
Yeah.
like even if you're subbed, like you get the boot.
Yeah, well, because the
You get
mods
the
haven't seen the movie either, so we don't know what's real or not. It doesn't matter if you go, Spider-Man's going to turn into My Little Pony, if we may think that's real, and that's that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's
Banned.
real.
Fan bomb.
Okay, I just want to know, what do you think Spider-Man's My Little Pony name would be?
Spider-Man? It'd be Spider-Man. I
It'd
guess.
be wheat cakes.
Ah. I guess his cutie mark would just be a spider.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Sal, you've been running it. We got another sub real quick. Thank you so much, Zavar, for 5 months in a row. Sal, you've said you had stuff you wanted to go, so you take point.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about some theories about what's gonna happen.
Did you just say spoilers?
Let's talk about some spoilers of this movie because I saw it already. I'm gonna ruin it for everybody. No, let's talk about some theories. So I read recently, and by recently I mean today, that Kevin Feige really regrets burying the lead about the title for Avengers 4 because like it did have the adverse effect of what he was hoping for. He's like, it is intrinsically connected to Avengers 3. There's no question that it is a continuation of this movie. Like it's not a separate movie. It's part of the same movie.
Right.
That being said, what do we think is going to happen in this movie? I've said time and time again, and then I saw that How It Should Have Ended made a little video about it, and they said my theory, and I'm like, oh, we have the same idea. But then he added a little extra thing at the end, and I was like, I like that even more. That is to say, everybody dies in this movie. Thanos and or the Black Order and or the Outriders, everybody dies.
Everybody.
Except for Ant-Man, who goes subatomic and goes back in time.
Wait, can you go back in time in subatomic?
I think it's that he goes into like yes, I think there's some like thing where he can go into like the multiverse or something like that. The idea being that like even if it's not that he goes subatomic, goes back in time, but like Ant-Man gets the time gem or something. But I like the idea that Ant-Man goes back in time and undoes like the deaths of everybody.
Right.
Because then you can have Ant-Man be in every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. And he was always there because he's so small. So you can like redo scenes or like use CG to do a scene or show to like a scene you remember from the MCU. And then like it zooms in and you see Ant-Man like screwing with things.
I like that a lot.
I loved that idea.
I don't
was like,
think they'll do it.
We shouldn't have started with Sal.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
But I love the idea that Ant-Man goes back in time and fixes things. I'm like, Quantum Leap Ant-Man in the MCU, yes!
That's awesome.
So I hope that happens.
That sounds awesome. I think that could potentially be a plot for a future Ant-Man, but at the same time, like I don't think that's not. I mean, I firmly believe we're going to end with him going, "Everyone's dead." You know?
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't even think it's going to be a finger snap. I think he's going to beat. I think you're going to see like him beat Captain America to death, and you're going to go, "What's happening in this movie?"
You know what? Based on that idea and what you just said about Kevin Feige saying that they are connected, I have a weird feeling I'm gonna foretell the fourth movie's title, Avengers Reborn.
Oh.
Because he said it's a spoiler title, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think, Rob? I feel like one of you may have said that a while ago.
Sal said Avengers Disassembled.
Okay.
I said
I don't want to take someone's thunder if someone had said Avengers Reborn.
Yeah.
Because wasn't that
I would also
crappy 2000s line?
Yeah.
No,
I would also
think
take Avengers Forever, by the way.
that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I could see Avengers Forever if they actually went with it. I think Avengers Disassembled has more like significance than Avengers Forever in terms of a name.
Agreed.
No, I think it'll end like Infinity Gauntlet. Like, I think that honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the whole like battle against Thanos on Earth is like the first half of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So like 90 minutes in, basically Thanos like wins, and it's like, okay, so like that's it, and he takes the Infinity Stones and he leaves. Because I think that'd be impactful if Thanos shows up and over the span of like 20 minutes just decimates the Earth's heroes and leaves. And it's just
we don't even know what's happening. He just shows up and starts crushing everything.
Yeah, like they show up and just wreck everyone. Because if the battle's prolonged, that means they have a chance. And the whole point of like Thanos has been built has been like they have no chance. So like when he teleports down to Earth, like I can see it being like that. Like for the first hour or something like that, like the Black Order are fighting. And like they're kind of holding their own, but the Earth superheroes are holding their own, and it's kind of a stalemate. Then Thanos shows up, and it's just like, bam, done, bye, and then he just leaves and takes the gauntlet and he's out. And so he's like, cool, like we're finished. And then like three-quarters of the way through the movie, he blinks all life out of existence. Like I could see that happening. In terms of Avengers 4, I think the movie will end most likely with him destroying everything. I still think Nebula's going to take the gauntlet from him, and like. Because, I mean, they've been building her up as, like, the vengeful daughter who's never respected by her dad. So, like, what way to, like, show her mettle than to just, like, take the gauntlet? And then she goes crazy with power, and she's worse than Thanos is. I don't know. I mean, that's what happened in the comics. Like, she lost her mind. And they're like, Thanos just wanted to conquer everything. Who the hell knows what this chick's going to do? Right. People were freaked out.
My only concern with the Nebula idea is that we haven't gotten enough build-up for her to be like. But then again, we have like nothing for Thanos technically as far as the moviegoer is concerned.
It's true. Yeah, we've gotten more character development out of Nebula than we have out of Thanos.
Thanos is at the end of every movie going, excellent.
Maybe next time.
I'll do it myself. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of cool because man, there's so many ways it could go.
It really
okay. So the movie kicks off. Like I still stick by the idea. The whole scene with Loki and Thor happens in like the first part of the movie. Like that's within the first like 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then like the Black Widow and everybody, like that's when they show up on Earth. And so like Thor's defeated, flies out into space, meets the Guardians of the Galaxy. While that's going on, Thanos and his forces are showing up on Earth, wreaking havoc on everybody. Mm-hmm. Which actually TC Does Comics had that as an image on Instagram. And then it turns into like just everybody battling back and forth. I'd say 3/4 of the way through the movie, Thanos defeats everybody. The next 20 minutes is marshaling their forces, trying to figure out what they're going to do. And then the end is half their forces are gone because Thanos blinks out half the life in the universe.
Right.
And so they're just like, well, what the hell do we do now? And so then it's just like, what's left of the superheroes? I mean, but you also got to think about it from like a marketing standpoint because one, everybody's going to want to see Thanos fight Hulk. Like everybody wants to see that.
That's true.
Yeah, so that'll happen somewhere along the line.
Lego might be Avengers 4.
Oh, Lego spoiled it?
Lego sent me a box from Marvel. It's got all the toys in it, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh.
They sent you a box of spoilers.
I'm sorry.
Forgot the rule of Lego stuff. Don't look at it till you see the movie.
Yeah.
So here's the question I would ask. Who's going to play the role of Adam Warlock in marshaling the universe's armies together? And I'd say it'd probably be Captain America. That's what Hickman did in Infinity.
What if it's Adam Warlock?
Adam Warlock's not going to be in it. Yeah. Like James Gunn came out and was like, he's like, no, like I assure you, he will not be in this movie. So that kind of like defeats the point of Infinity Gauntlet. But still, like, because I mean, obviously, like Warlock also had a lot of build up too. Like it made sense that he did what he did in Infinity War or Infinity Gauntlet because he'd been around for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I would say it'd probably be Captain America because that's what Jonathan Hickman did. Captain America marshaled the universe's armies against the Builders. So, or at least what was left of the universe's empires. So maybe Captain America would be the one to take up that role, but I think he's going to die.
We're losing Rob, or am I losing all of you?
No, it's
I think
Rob.
it was Rob.
Okay.
Oh, it's just me? Oh, okay. Like, I think Captain America's going to die. Like,
yeah.
It'd be huge if he'd be the one to marshal forces together.
There you go. You're fixed now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Captain America. We heard everything you said afterwards. It's just your camera was not caught up with you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not Iron Man.
I will say I'm pretty much 100% sure that like we are going to see if my theory is correct that everybody dies more or less. Thanos will not kill everybody. It's going to be really, really like it's going to be like Return of the Jedi, where there's like 3 different plots going on and there's 3 different battles being fought, and like, but at the end of each like plot in each story, a key or multiple key members will die. Like Corvus Glaive will kill Doctor Strange, and like Ebony Maw will kill Doctor Strange, and like Corvus Glaive will kill Spider-Man, and like, you know, Proxima Midnight will kill Thor. You know, it's gonna be like that kind of thing where like, and Thanos will kill Captain America. You know, it's just gonna be those kind of things where you're like, no. So it really kind of hammers in that what you like that it's real, like that it's actually happening. Because like if Thanos kills every single character, not only is it kind of boring, I mean, it's not going to be boring, but I mean, the idea of like, okay, so now we watch Thanos kill this guy and then this guy, like, okay, cool, but like,
stomps on Ant-Man, just
squishes him.
Splat.
I'm telling you, I think Ant-Man will be a linchpin. I think Hawkeye will be a linchpin. I think that like they've been burying the leads for those two in a big bad way and in a really intelligent way, but I think that like each character or like main characters will be killed like by other characters to reinforce the idea that what's happening is legitimately happening, as opposed to like what will ultimately be like it was undone. Like
what if at
Avengers
the end
4
of the
will
whole
undo
thing,
that.
Thanos wakes up and there's a snow globe and all of it happened in the snow globe.
Is it St. Elsewhere? Infinity War's part is St.
I
Elsewhere.
love it. See,
I
it's
mean-
funny you brought up Return of the Jedi because I assumed that this movie was going to end more like either Empire Strikes Back or like the episode of TNG, you know, the Encounter at Farpoint, where it's a complete change in regime. Like, you know, like we're going to see like a bunch of the big names fall, and it's like, okay, but in the next movie, now these other people are going to have to step up and do something, and it's like literally everything has come to a point where it's just like there's no way they can win, and it's like, but we're going to watch them try.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What do you got, Rob?
I need to make a video on this. Like, there has to be Thanos has to have like a holy shit moment.
If you're gonna
Like,
make
it
that
can't be
video, I would
enough-
do it tonight. You know the movie comes out on Thursday night, right?
Yeah, I know. Thanos. I mean, it can't just be like a Thanos snaps, you know, like snaps his fingers and Half-Life, the universe is gone. Like,
No.
okay, it's like, okay, that's cool, but like he only did that because of the gauntlet. And if the Black Order defeats all the superheroes, the Black Order will seem more badass than Thanos.
Right.
So Thanos has to be the one to crush everybody. So
I think if Thanos beats the right people, he will look like like people will be like, wow, I thought the Black Order was badass, but look at what Thanos did.
I think Thanos is going to defeat everyone. All right. Corvus Glaive is going to defeat Vision, take the Mind Stone. So Vision's out of the picture. The Ebony Maw will manipulate Doctor Strange, so he'll be out of the picture, probably to like reveal where the Time Stone is.
Right.
But bit by bit,
It's revealed on his chest. You can just pull it.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, but if they don't know it, they don't know it's there. Then
Yeah.
so bit by bit, like people will be defeated here and there. The final battle takes place in Wakanda. The scene of all the superheroes charging at Thanos. All right, and he just decimates every last one of them, just rips through them all. And Captain America's the last man standing, and like he destroys Captain America's shield and then like crushes his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you're nothing to me. Like that would be the scene. Like that would be the moment. If Thanos like destroys Captain America's shield, crushes what remains of the Earth superheroes, and then just takes the Soul Stone from Wakanda because it's probably there, and then leaves, and then just take it, like assembles a gauntlet and then just leaves, blinks out half a life in the universe. Because then you walk out and you're like, okay, so not only did he crush all of Earth's superheroes, he took all the Infinity Stones, he decimated Wakanda, and then just for good measure, blinked out half the life in the universe.
Well, all right, hang on. I like where this is going. I think that if instead at the end he kills Captain America, and since Bucky's already in Wakanda, Bucky gets the chance to take up the shield, and
yes, I like that.
Right?
Yes.
I would also just to piggyback off of that moment, instead of him, because we do want to see him fight the Hulk. I think everybody wants to see that. Wouldn't it be neat if we see like, because we know he's a badass. We could watch a cool like knockdown, drag out fist fight. But wouldn't it be neat to see him using the gauntlet for really cool things? Like the Hulk is charging at Thanos. And Thanos has most of the gems at this point, and he backhands Hulk and slaps the banner out of him.
Dude, that would be amazing. Puts him into two different people.
Yeah.
That would truly set up like a later Hulk movie. I was just thinking,
That would.
what if Avengers No Surrender foretold what's going to happen? They're going to finally come, like he's going to beat everyone up, and it's going to come down to the Hulk versus Thanos, and just like the champion, he's going to hit him once, and he's going to be like, launch him into space, and he's just laughing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think like that would be a huge Thanos moment if he just beats Hulk in one punch,
Yeah,
and it's just like bam,
they
and
set
then Hulk is just
everything
out.
up so that Hulk is going to save the day, and like in that comic, one punch, Hulk's gone.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it would be bonkers. People would just be like, "Oh my god," because that kind of has to be the thing, right? It's like the intro for Lord of the Rings, you know, where it's like, "Oh man, the armies are holding their own," and then like Sauron shows up and just starts wrecking all of them, and
Yes.
like that has to be the thing. Like Thanos has to go that way, where it's like, "Oh man, dude, it's such an even battle," and then Thanos shows up, and then like the battle's done, and then
that's
he
what I
just
mean, yeah.
like, yeah.
I wonder if they're
That-
going to
that
give
would
a
be
reason why
incredible.
Thanos doesn't just walk in and decimate everyone if they're going to make him out to be that powerful, though.
Probably because he's like they would just say he's arrogant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
just
where
it's
the
beneath
sun-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's your typical argument when someone's like, God power, you are beneath me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the fact is, like, why would Thanos even need children / like a Black Order if he's so great?
Well, he does.
Yeah.
Hence, I just got done reading all the Thanos volumes that Rob's been telling me to read forever. He doesn't. He kills half of them, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
He
mean, I
just
get
likes
just
to have
to
people
multitask.
around him to tell him he's
He
great.
just wants friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
How do you
it.
see?
That's how they'll defeat him. They'll hug him.
Yay. Yeah, they'll use the power of love. That'd be nice.
They'll
Could
have
you
a dance
imagine a
off.
kumbaya moment?
Yeah, it'll be like the end of Ernest Scared Stupid. They just the opposite of war is love, and they'll just
The
kiss
only
him.
person who I could see trying that would be Peter Quill. Just being like,
Yeah,
come on, man, bring it in.
bring it in,
Yeah. Bring it
and then
for
he
the hug.
dies.
Like Thanos sheds a
He
tear,
bear
and the
hugs
tear,
everyone to
the
death.
tear gives
he,
life.
He kills Cap, and he's like, I just wanted a friend.
You didn't want to be my
uh,
friend.
Do you think Death will be in this movie, or do you think they're just going to switch it to Hela?
I think Death is going to be in this movie. I think she's going to appear at the end.
I think it's going to be Hela, because we built her up to be the god of death, which is not in the comics, and you could easily move that to be the situation.
I think
this Death is going to be in it.
I think that's going to be really bizarre for the average movie-going audience.
If Death shows up,
Yeah, or if they like portray this like all-powerful, like, you know, godlike being, and then it's like it's all for a chick. It's gonna be like, a what?
I think
It's
that
all
I think that fanboys, or not fanboys, but like people who are going to this movie who've never picked up a comic book go like, yeah, that's pretty deep.
Okay. The way to make that work is to have Thanos talking to someone that you can't see.
Yeah.
And then they'll pull like the whole because when Thanos first showed up in Marvel, it was just it was a robot. It wasn't until like the second battle
Right.
that he
Well,
appeared, and he was
and-
like Mistress Death was standing next to him.
If they had thought about that ahead of time, they would have not put that guy in, the Chitauri guy, or
Yes,
whatever he was.
the whatever the hell his name is. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like-
Stranger or whatever.
Yeah, they just would have not put him in there.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Like if she's always just been like if she's just always been just off screen the entire time, you
Yeah.
know,
Right.
like she's been there the whole time, and like that's the whole reason why he does this is to get the affections of Mistress Death, which would make Thanos the ultimate creeper.
Yeah.
Like that'd be the
He
weirdest thing
kind
ever.
of is, dude.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah.
creeper.
Yeah,
Or
he is.
he's like, I don't know, he's almost like a stalker, and she's just like, it's fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like this comment. What if Stark invented Thanos?
I
So,
mean, it's oh, go ahead.
how quickly into the movie do you guys think that he will have completed the gauntlet
I think
and
he
like
won't
have all the
until the
gems?
end.
That's
If-
what I was
if
thinking
that.
as well.
I think the gems won't be completed to the ending, but I think I like the idea that within the first 20 to 30 minutes he's going to decimate everyone. I mean, in all honesty, how many more family building moments do we need for the Avengers when we have 60 something of them on screen fighting?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Well-
that's the thing though. There's supposed to be like a ton of people there. I mean, here's the thing to bear in mind too. Like the Power Stone is on Xandar with the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
So there's
Oh,
there's-
he'll have decimated Xandar off screen before the movie started.
see. I don't
Okay.
think he will.
Now,
Like,
wait,
I think
there is something I do want to talk about that guy come out. They are now pushing hardcore for a Nova movie.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
not knowing
the-
what's happening in Infinity War, I don't think it's going to happen off screen.
I think
Yeah,
it
I
will.
think-
I
I
think
think it'll
we're gonna
happen
find.
on screen.
I think we're gonna annihilation this. I think it's gonna be
See,
the.
remember
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Sal. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think like if they have Richard Rider, I would go with Sam Alexander, and I would create the Nova movie and say Sam Alexander's father was one of the members of the Nova Corps who was killed in the
Yes.
Infinity War onslaught. But like, no, Sal. That's exactly what I would do, Sal. Like, I would literally have Thanos like I mean, you could do like everything we've seen in the trailer could happen in like the first 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then like Thanos leaves, and it's just like one stone left, and goes to Xandar and just crushes the
No,
entire Nova.
He doesn't
and
even
takes the
go,
stone.
like, dude. Okay, it's just Infinity. Like, no, we'll be on Xandar. We'll have Glenn Close for a few seconds, and then Corvus Glaive will come, and he'll be like, "Where is your champion? Where is your greatest Nova? I know
Oh,
where he is. I
I'll
killed
catch
him
him."
off screen. He's been like, I have his great weapon, and it's a piece of shit. Like,
Oh,
you guys,
yes.
you guys owe me a tribute," and they're gonna like they'll do the tribute where it's like they won't say that it like it won't be the same thing, but he'll be like, "You need a tribute." And it's like, "What's that?" The head of every every member of the Nova Corps, and he's like, "We're not gonna give that." And he's like, "Well, then my boy Thanos is gonna come and he's gonna wreck you."
He's
Yeah.
going to
Done.
wreck you. My boy Thanos.
boss. Like that would be so boss.
I think it'll be like to show you how awesome Corvus Glaive is.
Yeah.
But I just want to see him
Glaive
say
is
the
pretty
lines, "My boy Thanos is gonna come wreck you."
Yeah, boy, he's gonna come wreck you, man. That
I'm
boy
always picturing him
Thanos.
as having like a raspy, like voice, and you're just like, "Yo, my boy Thanos."
No,
is
I
gonna
think
come
it's going
wreck
to sound
you."
like Peter Dinklage.
My boy Thanos.
Oh, is it Peter
coming.
Dinklage in that one that's doing Corvus Glaive?
We know that Peter Dinklage is in it. I don't think they've told us who he is. I think it's Corvus Glaive.
Oh.
He'd make a great voice for Corvus Glaive.
Yeah.
really
Or
would.
Ebony Maw.
I would see
It'll-
Ebony Maw. I've always pictured Corvus as being like, because he look. I mean, if I'm the Black Order's always been kind of wonky to follow, but he's like the almost like alien looking thing. Like
Yeah, he looks like one of the other vampires in Blade 2.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Like,
Oh yeah.
he looks like he would be like raspy.
Yeah, or a White Martian. Yeah,
Like a high pitched raspy voice.
but he is the hype man for Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, dude, I love that opening scene for Infinity. It's like we just demand a pittance.
The heads of your
Yeah, okay, he
everyone,
looks like a
your
crazy
children.
Vampire. That's what I thought. I was like, I got my
Yeah.
images right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna deny. I read so many comics. Sometimes I mix up who's who, and like
No,
the whole time I'm picturing somebody else.
Well, and the Black Order, it's like there's Ebony Maw and Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight and Black Dwarf and blah blah blah. And they all have space names. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
I don't know who
I
gave
still-
them
I
those
still
names.
think the
That-
Cole
that
Obsidian
Thanos,
is-
I bestow that you are Ebony Maw.
Right?
What does
I
that
assume
mean,
that they're all.
Thanos? Don't question me.
I don't know. We're
No, I
putting
mean-
more thought into it than Jonathan Hickman did.
Oh, dude, he wrote a great story. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like the origins of their names, I think he's just like, no, they're just badass. I don't care.
Dude, I guarantee that's exactly what the idea.
Oh,
that's-
yeah,
that's-
no,
that's
I
Yeah,
how
know
he
like,
it's
said
he
it.
didn't think
Yeah, I
about
got-
it. He's went,
Yeah. No, oh my God. I mean, dude, there's so many things they could do. Like, Jesus.
By the
still
way,
like I would still love to see Xandar get crushed.
I think you will. I think you're gonna see like it'll be like we'll like it'll open the movie with this like big, you know, like let's get ready to get wrecked by Thanos. But and then we'll see that scene. It'll be like in Guardians when the Celestial like raises that planet in the video that the Collector shows.
Yeah.
It'll just be like that, where you just like see like they'll pull back and you'll hear like screaming, you know, like and then we'll allude to the idea that Thanos did some pretty deplorable crap, you know, because don't forget this is a Disney picture after all.
Disney.
I mean, it is insofar as like everybody's gonna die. I mean, it's God.
Did you? I'm sorry. I only heard half of what Sal said. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't.
Ah.
What? Did you just allude that there would be some sort of video or some sort? Because I was going to say, if you didn't say that it was sent, hang on, that it was sent to the Guardians of the Galaxy, like it was the last communication from Xandar.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. No, I was
They
just
sent
saying.
him Hercules from Disney.
I was just saying it would be like the video that the Collector showed the Guardians.
Okay, 'cause I
of
was
the
gonna say,
planet
like,
getting ruined.
Since they did have a connection there, what if
yeah.
they were like they reached out in like the last few moments? And
Yeah,
so
John C.
we-
Riley had like a 2-second like cameo where he's
yeah,
like,
and like
"We're all effed."
right, and
Oh.
we get like this sort of like we get a feeling of what's going on without actually having to film it.
Yes.
Okay. What they could do is they could say they could take your idea and say Thanos decimated Xandar before the movie started. And they like Thor ends up meeting the Guardians of the Galaxy because they're on their way to Earth. And they're on the way to Earth because like John C. Riley or whoever was like the Mad Titan is taking the Power Stone, like he's going to find all the Infinity Stones. They're located on Earth. Like Thanos is going to Earth. Like if you see this, you have to rally to Earth or something along those
Yeah.
lines. I don't know. Like, but it's like an SOS.
Mm.
That could be a good
God, I
opening
don't
to the whole
know.
thing.
Dude, this movie, dude, I am so hyped. Benny, when are we going to see it?
Saturday morning. By the
Oh.
the problem is our area has enough people living here now that I ordered the tickets a month and a half before the movie, and Thursday night and Friday night were both sold out already.
Oof.
God, it's gonna be rough, man. Having to wait
The only
having to
thing I
wait
can
till
think of is
Saturday.
Thursday has like some weird hour that we can go see it, like
Mhm.
with 2 seats on opposite ends of the theater.
Right.
That's how
Or,
it's gonna be.
I'll go see it before everybody else. Like,
or
I
sometimes
don't have a
like
problem doing that.
they'll open up another theater, so you should definitely check back because sometimes they'll realize that there's enough demand that they'll be like,
I'm
okay.
checking right
true.
now to see how many tickets I could get for this.
So, by the way, the reason I wasn't listening to Sal is because I was going through the Black Order and I was just like, does every name have something to do with the color black? And I was like, yes, except Supergiant.
Okay, Rob.
Yes.
What happened? I don't understand that. Every other name has something to do with that color. Even Corvus, which is a bird, which is a blackbird, and then Supergiant. You just
Yeah.
Rob, if you're cool with sitting in the very front row, we can go 7:15 Thursday night.
Oh,
That's exactly the problem.
don't do that. You'll be so sick.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hold on, let me check another one. Wait, there's a 7:30 p.m. Let me see what they got at the 7:30 p.m.
I was supposed to go to Denver tonight, but I'm not going to Denver tonight.
Why not?
So,
Oh yeah, you got that stuff going on up there. That's right.
so here's a random while you're
You know,
looking up tickets.
real quick, you know it's gonna be sunny tomorrow, right? Like if you were heading up because of the snow, it's supposed to be gone.
Oh.
No, I was supposed to be Denver for tonight. Tomorrow, I don't have anything going on. Tomorrow, I thought we were going to go to Fort Collins.
Not Fort
go
Collins,
somewhere.
Carter Lake, but yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about our plans after we're done, Rob.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I have like a random thing that has nothing to do with the overall like plot of the movie, just something that I was like, that would be kind of fun, and I would like to see this happen, but I know it won't. Is that since Thanos will inevitably have the time gem, it'd be really great if he could use it on Groot so we could have adult Groot again.
Yes.
Yes, please, for the love of God.
Like,
Teenage
either
is cool.
Groot like gets in the way of him using it on someone else, and therefore he ages, and then we're like, hey, it's Groot. That's cool.
Did you guys
that
see
scene-
Did you guys see how they brought Groot back into the comics now? It's quite obvious that
Yeah.
Jerry Dugan had an idea for evil Groot versus normal Groot, and that Marvel was like, no. We need a book that ties in with the words infinity. So you're telling your story there, but your Groot one's gone. So they wrapped it up in like a single issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rob's so dumbfounded by that. He's like, really? That's dumb.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
my
here.
it's my Groot theory.
You okay, Rob?
Yeah, I'm here.
We've
Yeah, I'm
lost
good.
him, guys.
You guys didn't lose me. I'm here.
You're like not paying attention to anything anymore. That means we've lost you.
No, you haven't lost me.
All right,
Okay.
good.
You said something about Jerry Dugan and doing Groot, and I don't give a shit. So,
What?
What are you looking at? That's so intensive.
Infinity War.
He's excited. He's like,
Are
you know,
looking
you
up
thought
news or
Corvus.
trying to find tickets? Because I'm trying to find tickets that aren't the front row.
I was,
Yeah, I'm trying to buy tickets too.
I was
Okay,
gonna
you do
say
all
get
the
'em.
front row if we go Thursday night.
it's not happening.
We will
you-
find it.
You thought that Corvus Glaive was Thanos' hype man. It turns out it's Rob.
Yeah, it's Rob. He's hyping this movie up.
Rob's like the herald of Thanos, or Infinity War, I should say.
Yeah.
To me, my Thanos. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna take handicap seats. Fuck it.
I think they're gonna
We're
have
not
a
gonna do
problem
that.
with that.
They will. They will have a huge problem with that.
They'll have a problem
But
with
will
that.
they really?
Yes.
I'm looking
overall,
at
like,
there is one obscure theater, Rob, out here. That
I'm
it's a
like-
junky old theater. They don't let you book in advance. It's how I saw the Star Wars: The Force Awakens the night it came out, because it's one of the old schools. You have to be there, get a ticket, find a seat.
Fuck that noise.
I'm
I was like,
excited to
not
see
reserved
it.
seating. Fuck it.
Yeah, he needs his reserve. I'm excited to see how they're gonna handle all these characters and like how much death will play. Not like the character death, but like
Never
actual
mind.
character.
They've apparently updated in the last 2 years. Now you reserve seats, and they have all front row available.
I
Oh!
will finish this thought.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how much like characters dying has to play with how well they balance it and how like it's going to be like, okay, well obviously some people in this scene are going to die because there's too many of them, and like, or if they do that thing like they did, well granted they tricked us in Ultron where it was just like you thought Hawkeye was going to die because we learned
Yeah,
all
they
about his
did.
backstory. We were just like, hey, you're the guy on the cooking show that's getting kicked off. Let's find out what you would have done with the money. Bye.
Okay,
What'd you get,
I
Rob?
found one that's actually at midnight.
Wait, what? So Thursday at midnight?
Yeah,
I'll be half asleep. I'm an old man, Rob.
that's fine. You can. Okay, you can stay here. I'll go.
Old man Benny.
Rob Jefferson will get out of that movie theater at 2:30 in the morning. You don't give a damn. And then I'll come home. And make a review video. Have that shit up by like 6
I
a.m.
haven't done that in forever.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm getting my ticket.
We're gonna close up here, and then we can talk about it. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Everyone here is like, all right, so they're gonna be at this theater at this time.
Mhm.
Old Man Benny. It's the new spin-off comic from fucking Marvel. So, okay, guys, I think that's pretty much it. At this point, Rob and I are now looking for tickets to try and see it Thursday.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Huh?
I said, yeah, I noticed that.
Well, we apologize wholeheartedly, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else? You have anything else anybody wants to add to the movie hype?
No.
No, it's just, if I could go into a time machine and, have it be happening, I'd do that, but...
Yeah.
Could you?
I can't. Yeah, I would. I would.
Yeah. I could get tickets for my area, but we'd have to get there and sit in line and then grab whatever's available.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought this one was doing, but...
I don't think I want to do that.
What?
Well, the one we used to do that with doesn't do that anymore. Now you get to have reserved seating, apparently.
Well,
anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us for today's wonky episode of the Weekly Poll. But don't worry, show up next Tuesday for the spoiler cast where you can see if Rob's hype was correct, if Sal's idea about Ant-Man was right, or if Tiffany's idea about the whole concept of the movie was accurate and on point. And if there was an epic Doctor Strange moment, wait for her to tell you about it.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm gonna be excited.
Don't forget, you guys can check out the R&BE films here live on Thursday morning. Next Sunday will be the Comic Story Weekly, where I'll be ranting and raving about the movie. And then, like I said, we will have the Weekly Poll back here next Tuesday talking about the movie. I'm pretty sure everyone's available at the moment. It's our normal off week, so it may be a wonky cast, but in general, we should all be here. It's kind of one of the biggest things to talk about ever. We've lost Rob completely. He's staring at his screens.
I'm looking something up.
Say goodbye, Rob.
Later, guys.
Bye, everyone. Alan Scott.
Wow.
Yeah, Alan Scott.
Waiting for you. Sal, you got to say Alan Scott.
Alan Scott. I'm
say
sorry.
It in your Alan Scott voice. Or Alan Moore.
Oh. Why?
Just do it.
Alan Scott.
Tiffany?
Wasn't very good. I'm sorry.
I don't have a voice.
Just say use your Tiffany voice.
Oh, okay. Alan Scott.